Okay, this is for my video. I have my 5 audience members. I have my mom, my friend Candy, my Aunt Mary, my friend Jody, and we are ready to begin. While having chickens has been popular for a long time, COVID-19 brought with it a surge in popularity of people having backyard chickens. My intention today is to educate you on the basics of raising chickens. Today we're going to discuss 3 areas. We're going to discuss caring for baby chicks. We're going to discuss caring for housing, hygiene, and dust bathing for adult chicks. And we're also going to discuss hatching baby chicks, which I just did yesterday. As a young girl, I raised chickens with my family in Ohio, and then as an adult now, I have my own flock in my backyard, as well as the babies that we just hatched. And my hope is that after this speech, you will have an understanding of the basics of chicken farming so that you can raise your own flock if you so choose to. Starting at the beginning of the life cycle, peeps, as they're called, need special care. Chicks require an additional heat source and beneficial nutrients in their water. A heat lamp is needed because when chicks are first born, they can't hold in their own body heat and regulate their body temperature until their feathers grow in. So you place a heat lamp above their brooder and keep that on them for the first couple of weeks. After the first week, you just pull away the light just a little bit each day so that they can slowly get acclimated to regulating their own body temperature. And baby chicks also need electrolytes and probiotics. Electrolytes help them stay rehydrated. According to Kath Andrews on her Raising Happy Chicks blog posted in 2020, electrolytes help the babies rehydrate and stimulate cell replacement and organ function. And electrolytes also help weak chicks who are worn out from hatching, and they can also help chicks with certain ailments like pasty butt, which is just what it sounds like, and wry neck, which is a disorder where they can't hold their own neck up. Probiotics serve a different purpose. Just like in humans, they help neutralize bad bacteria while stimulating good bacteria development. The Chicken Waterer blog wrote in August of 2012 that newborn chicks don't have guts that have had time to build up strong populations of good bacteria. Newborn chicks are more susceptible to having bad bacteria outcompete good bacteria. And when you purchase your chicks from a feed store, which most people do, you have no idea what they've been introduced to or what they've come in contact with. So it's really important that you get their probiotics in. As chickens age and mature, their needs evolve, but they still need special accommodations. The most important thing is to have a structure that's going to keep them safe. Chickens are at the bottom of the food chain. Literally everything wants to eat them. So for me, I have a 10 by 10 dog kennel that we have reinforced with welding wire and chicken wire so nothing can get in and penetrate them. Inside your pen area, you're also gonna wanna have nesting boxes where they can lay their eggs. And you're also gonna wanna have a perch, which is where they will roost or sleep. Another important thing that we will discuss is adding herbal supplements to your water, which is something I recently began doing. I learned a recipe from this book, the Homesteader's Natural Chicken Cooping Handbook by Amy K. Fuel, released in 2019. And she gives you a recipe for using thyme, oregano, and garlic and making a water infusion and just adding it into their water bowl once a week. And it helps neutralize infections and kills parasites. Dust bathing, which is another important aspect of chicken raising, will help prevent mice and lice, and it also keeps them cool in the summer heat. Pinterest has tons of ideas for DIY dust bathing stations. You can use a tire, you can use a plastic storage bin. The important thing is that you have soil with no additives, play sand, it has to be play sand, and ash that is coming from a fire that didn't have any accelerants like lighter fluid. The lighter fluid remnants can hurt them. The third area that we're going to discuss today is hatching chicks. And I actually hatched some chicks yesterday. They're right here in this incubator. After this, I'm going to move them into their new brooder. And there's a couple of different ways that you can hatch chicks. You can either do it like this in an incubator, or you can do it with a broody hen. If you have a broody hen that's willing to stay on your eggs for the whole 21 days that it takes for them to gestate, then you don't need an incubator. But none of my chickens were willing to do that, so we had to go this route. So now you know the basics and are ready to raise your own flock. But remember the 3 areas we discussed. We discussed that baby chicks need heat and additives to their water, that knowledge of proper housing, feeding, and watering is imperative, and that hatching chicks is one of the most fulfilling ways to grow your flock. Raising chickens is educational and gratifying. Chickens teach you how to be self-sustainable, and they also teach you about the circle of life. Raising a flock is satisfying for both children and adults, and I hope that you guys enjoy chicken keeping if you decide to embark on this venture.